The work that's going on in the captive breeding center has recently been linked up with some of the research we do up in the mountains in the habitat, because they've started a giant panda reintroduction program. So they've started to try and take these captive animals and reintroduce them into the wild. They started their first attempt at this a few years ago, and this was actually the work I did for my master's project. So they took a captive panda who was 2 years old at the time, and they moved him up into an area of natural habitat. They created this very large enclosure with natural bamboo and trees inside, and they put him inside so he could get used to this natural environment after having been in captivity in the breeding center. And so after that, they had the goal of reintroducing him to the wild. And they're still working on this project. They've started to work with some other pandas, and it's a very difficult process because the pandas in captivity are just not used to being in the wild. They don't have the survival skills. They don't have the skills that they would need to survive. So it's really a long-term project and something that they'll continue to be working on. But because they're interested in taking captive pandas and eventually reintroducing them into the wild in the future, they're also really interested in collaborating with us very closely, because we're the ones who usually spend time up in the mountains seeing what the wild pandas are doing.